Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Everything here is Haikyuutexts stories. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this content, could you please consider liking and subscribing for more.
Shirabu stood in front of the house, his mind filled with uncertainty and pain. His head throbbed with a persistent ache, his heart raced as he replayed the distressing events in his mind. He couldn't shake the realization that his friends had been attacked, and no one had come to their aid. Slowly, he lowered his hand from his head, and as he did, he noticed the blood staining his trembling fingers. His gaze shifted to the dim moonlight, casting an eerie glow on his face and revealing the ugly bruises marring his features. As Shirabu stood there in the moonlight, his head throbbed like a relentless drumbeat. Every pulse sent sharp pain through his temples, making it hard to focus on anything else. He wished he could erase the memories of that terrible night, but they played in his mind like a never-ending loop. Shirabu's mind was all mixed up, and he couldn't shake off the fear. The blood on his hand reminded him of the terrible stuff he'd just gone through. He wished he could forget the pain and horror he'd felt. The dim moonlight made everything look creepy, like the shadows around him were just as dark as his thoughts. He wanted to be tough for himself and his friends. But the fear and the pain made it tough. Shirabu looked back at his house and sighed. He slowly walked up to the door, and as he turned the doorknob, the lights inside came on. Semi was already there, waiting for him. Without saying a word, he practically ran into Semi's arms and gave him a light hug, resting his head on Semi's chest. "Whoa, what's up with you, Kenji?" Semi lifted Shirabu's chin, and he froze as he saw his face. Tears welled up in his eyes. Shirabu was extremely battered, with a large bleeding wound on his forehead. "What happened?" "It was a fight at the bar. Come on, let's clean you up, then we can talk about this." Semi took Shirabu's hand and guided him to sit down on the bed. He pulled out a kit and began tending to Shirabu's wounds. After he finished with the other cuts, he attempted to touch the wound on his forehead, but Shirabu hissed and swatted his hand away. "Easy, Shirabu. I know it hurts, but I need to take care of that wound too. Sorry, it's just really sore. I'll be gentle as I can." Semi proceeded to gently clean the wound on Shirabu's forehead. Shirabu winced but managed to stay still, allowing Semi to finish his job. "They're all done. Now it should start healing properly." Shirabu leaned on Semi, his head resting on Semi's shoulder. Semi brought him closer, wrapping an arm around him, and gave him a gentle kiss on the cheek. "Now tell me what happened." Shirabu started explaining the altercation. He was midway through tears, explaining how situation escalated and no one tried to help them. Semi sat there listening. There was a clear look of anger and worry in his eyes. "I can't believe that happened. Are Naya and Itsumu okay? They're hurt but they're okay. And you're telling me no one even tried to help? Semi pulled Shirabu on top of him, wrapping his arms around him and providing warmth. "They probably were too shocked to do anything. Those assholes had no right touching you though. My head hurts so much." "I know, Shirabu. I'll take care of you." Semi's hand ended up on Shirabu's head, and he gently ran his fingers through Shirabu's hair. Shirabu wrapped his arms around Semi's neck, closed his eyes, and felt a sense of relaxation and comfort in the moment. SHH. Everything was silent for a moment, until a sudden meow broke the quiet, and their cat Hikaru jumped onto Shirabu's lap, purring and rubbing her fluffy body against him. Shirabu couldn't help but smile, and he held her in his hands. Hikaru, filled with affection, began to playfully lick him all over his face, making Shirabu chuckle. "You're both so cute." Semi's smile deepened as he leaned in to place a gentle kiss on Shirabu's cheek. His arms wrapped around Shirabu's waist as he gazed into his eyes with warmth and affection. Shirabu blushed at the sweet kiss and couldn't stifle a delighted giggle. "You're the cute one." Shirabu smiled, his entire focus on Semi. He cradled their cat in his hands like a baby, and the cat extended its paws towards Semi, meowing as if begging Semi to take him from Shirabu. Semi's heart melted as he locked eyes with Shirabu, who gave him a gentle smile, and the cat in his arms seemed to chime in with their affectionate moment. Its paws stretched out towards Semi, accompanied by a playful meow, as if humorously suggesting they find a more private space. "Haha, I guess we're cute together." As he drew Shirabu closer and planted a tender, loving kiss on his lips. Shirabu blushed at first, but a small, mischievous smirk played on his lips. "We can give Hikaru some competition. No one is cuter than Hikaru." They both chuckled and shared warm smiles. Suddenly, Shirabu's stomach emitted a growl, and he couldn't help but hold his stomach and let out a nervous laugh. "Hungry. I got the best cooking skills." "Oh really?" "Yep, Chef Ramsay got some competition." "Haha." Shirabu crawled out of Semi's lap and took a seat on the bed. Semi got up and made his way to the kitchen, with Hikaru following him as they went. "What should I cook for him, Hikaru?" After he said that, a meow followed, and Semi smiled. "Great idea." Semi was in the kitchen, working hard to prepare a special meal for Shirabu. He carefully chopped up fresh vegetables and cooked them in a pan with a mix of flavorful spices. The delicious smell of homemade curry filled the kitchen as the savory sauce simmered to perfection. Semi knew that Shirabu loved his curry, and he was putting in extra effort to make it really special. He wanted each bite to be a delightful experience for Shirabu, especially after the challenging night they had. As Semi cooked with care, the thought of the upcoming meal brought a warm smile to his face. Once Semi completed cooking the special curry, he carried the dish over to Shirabu with a proud smile. Shirabu's face lit up with delight as he saw the tantalizing meal being placed in front of him. He couldn't resist showing his appreciation, and he leaned in to pepper Semi with affectionate kisses, each one filled with gratitude and love. As the sweet exchanges of kisses continued, Shirabu finally picked up his fork and eagerly indulged in the flavorful curry. He savored every bite, with the aromatic spices and rich sauce creating a symphony of taste in his mouth. Each mouthful was not just a taste of delicious food but a taste of Semi's love and care, which made the meal all the more special. "OMG, I love you so much. This was amazing. I guess Chef Ramsay does have competition." "Haha, I'm glad you loved it, and of course, I'm the best chef." "You definitely are, my favorite chef." Shirabu placed a hand on Semi's chest and then gently pulled him down into a passionate, deep kiss. "Mwah. That was so short." Shirabu frowned and pulled Semi into another deep kiss, but it lasted longer than the other. "Much better. Now let me take care of you." Semi picked up the now empty bowl and set it on the bedside counter. He then leaped onto the bed and pulled Shirabu close, wrapping his arms around him in a loving embrace. Semi nestled behind Shirabu, gently spooning him with his chin resting on top of Shirabu's head. He planted a soft kiss on his head, a warm smile gracing his lips as he held Shirabu close. "I love you. I love you more. Nuhumi. Mimi. I love you more than all the stars in the sky. I love you more than all the grains of sand on every beach. I love you more than all the books in the world. I love you more than all the looks like I win. It's not fair. Don't be a baby." Semi chuckled and patted his head. "I'm not a baby. You're my baby." Semi softly lifted Shirabu's hand and gave it a gentle kiss on the back. This sweet, romantic gesture took Shirabu by surprise, and he blushed at the unexpected. "Don't be a smart ass." "Well, you're my smart ass." "Well, we're a perfect match." Semi laughed and planted a kiss on